Alright, there we go.
This way!
So, any percent on PS3 using DualSense, fresh splits because my other ones got corrupted. Let's see how we do. Shoot!
What was that noise? Who's that? I heard something. Where'd he go?
Okay, so that's one.
What was that noise?
This'll make two.
What was that noise?
Three.
What was that noise? I heard something. Where'd he go?
Four.
What was that noise?
This'll be five.
I heard something. Where'd he go? What was that noise?
Okay, and that'll be six once it goes down to zero. Alright, so that should be enough alerts at the start.
What was that noise?
Wait, did I do that? I mean, I just gave him a tap on the back. Right? It's like, hey, man, good job on your patrol today. I'll take over. I'm here to relieve you. Oh, yeah, it was absolutely worth it. Alright, we're in. Okay, so now the share button works as select again. Just in case if you're wondering how the DualSense works with the game. Trying to pretend it's a PS3 controller because that's all the adapter does. It's no different than when I was running this with the DualShock 4. It just makes the share button act as select and options as start. Everything else pretty much translates to the same thing as it ought to be. And also the beauty of this adapter is not only does the PS Home button still work, but you can also use this wirelessly too, but you just have to pair it up, which it accepts one controller at a time, so I mean you can't, you know, swap from one controller to the other and expect it to remember it. But it works corded as well, so I mean you have options. Oh, shit.
What was that noise?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. That does work. I mean, I want to throw it by the box. It's not on top of the tank, but it's better than him seeing me. Bow, bow, bow. Nice, first try. Oh, there's a door. Nope. Nope.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Wait, is that where we broke into? Oh man.
Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Oh, my stomach! Oh, damn it!
Okay, button response still feels pretty good. Johnny Sarkosian.
That's better.
Yeah, I knew there was something odd about him. Huh? He's gone. Hey!
Huh? He's go- Hey! Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya?
Snake, it's showtime. Ocelot wants you.
Ocelot wants you.
How did you like that? Shall we go again? Had enough yet? We're not finished yet.
Bruh, I just nodded my head yes.
You still okay? Want me to go on? Can you take one more? Give up. Make it easy on yourself. One more time.
Alright, and back with some quality time with Johnny.
Damn, I caught a cold. That witch, she took my clothes. Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up!
Shut up!
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya?
It makes it look like he's trying to punch the glass out to escape.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up in there, will ya?
Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up!
Snake, it's showtime. Ocelot wants you.
Okay, I'll tell you once more.
Which button?
Press the circle button.
Oh, I see it now.
How did you like that? Shall we go again?
No, no, wait. I mean, no!
Had enough yet? We're not finished yet.
I hate you.
You still okay? Want me to go on? Can you take one more? Give up. Make it easy on yourself. One more time.
Alright, last one. Whew, got it close again. Alright, Johnny, your thoughts on the torture?
Shut up in there, will ya? Shut up! Shut up in there, will ya?
Well, I guess it's all Johnny had to say about it.
I'm here.
Where?
Wait, who is this guy?
Oh, jeez. He's coming back. See you later.
Wait.
Who are you? What the hell?
What the hell?
Yeah, man, I was kind of messing around. The door just shut on me. Or did it? Sorry, Johnny, it was for your own good. Johnny will be missed. Ooh, another fast elevator. I think that was 2 in a row. Oh, crap. Yep, that's not gonna fly.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
Well, that didn't really go so well. Alright, that's better.
What was that noise?
Ah, so much for 3 in a row. Doot. Yo, what's up, koala soup? I think I know that guy. I think he goes by the name of Don Taylor. Supposedly the son of D-Limes. Beat the bookcase boss. Alright, let's go.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Yep, that's where we're going. At least I think so. I think this is right. Nice.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Correct again, Jean-Luc. Let's see, I think we're good here. Don't need any of those. Didn't need the ammo, but no biggie. I think we're gonna want these back. Damn. It's only 2 levels. Snake can make that. Oh, but then again, Snake's all this like, oh man, I can't do it. Okay, first try weapons glitch with the DualSense. Wow, we got it.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Man, we're on a roll. Don't turn. I think there's another 3-pack of chaffs on the top floor, because we're gonna need at least one. Alright, there we go. Well, actually, wait, not just yet. Gotta beat this hind D first. Alright, so if you blank, you might miss it. Alright, so brace yourselves. And we did it.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Okay, here we go. Oh, shit. Yep, I threw that early. Okay, one. Pull. And chuck it. Yep, and chuck it. One. Pull. And throw. Oh, yeah, I threw that early again. Nice. I mean, at least the grenade hits something, right?
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
I just would have preferred to be not me. Nice. Man, we're rocking the weapons glitches today. All right, now we go into disc 2. Disc 2, as in Discosia. Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right to me. Discosia. It's got a good ring to it. Now checking.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Right again. Nope. know, he looked like he could use the lava bath. Oh. Oh, that's one way to do it. Definitely didn't start it right. In the initial movement, you're trying to move up, left, and then straight down, and then kind of move back up into the guard for the first rollover. So, like, you're kind of doing this, right? And then you roll him, but I went at an angle, so he meleeed me. Snack. Snack! Maybe it's Miller calling us about what snack we're having.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Let's ask Raven. I'm sure he knows. Oh, that's bad. That's better. I didn't realize he had an angle on me from where I was. Oh, I'm out of ammo, no!
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Backup strats. Yeah, probably would have been okay if I didn't get, you know, hit during one of the, you know, the missiles that was trying to loop him. But when in doubt, nades out. And preferably a ration if you got one. right, chat, you ready to zoom? Because that's where we're going. Oh no, wait, better hide. They didn't see me, right? It's like, oh no, he went up a ladder. Where did he go? Alright, hopefully I farmed enough alerts on the docks and won't have the red RNG again.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Yeah, I just missed it. Well, better than finding out it was the rat all along. Okay, that actually kind of startled me. It's like when you least expect it.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
But I guess while we go through the PAL keys, I gotta say, running these with DualSense is pretty nice. I mean, doesn't really change a whole lot from running this on the DualShock 4. But, you know, since it's got a good feel to it, and, you know, most of the buttons just kind of do the same thing as they did before. Analog works pretty well. Same with D-pad. Again, the only thing I'm just trying to get used to is the shoulder buttons, since the L1 and R1 buttons are wider than what they were on the DualShock 4. You know, so like these are a little bit wider from what I was talking about yesterday. On the DualShock 4, it's maybe like half of this. It's kind of hard to tell. So it's just finger placement, right, for muscle memory. I mean, other than that, I mean, it works as it should. Okay, that was really cutting it close.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Guy's like, yeah, I'm not going after him. It's like my patrol starts and stops at that ladder. Beyond that ladder is none of my problem. It's like, I'm sure the guards in the freezer can deal with the intruder. As well as the one and only one guard in the, the blast furnace. question is, who keeps replacing those floor tiles? Unless if it's these guys in here. What do you want, Miller? It's like, I'll see you when I get back, frickin' gun cam turret. It is a lonely camera, but I don't know. Those kind of cuddles are not what I'm looking for. All right. It's like the PAL key's done. Get out while it's hot. Oh, yeah? Yeah, and then Twin Snakes just took that idea and amplified it. was just referring to the game in general with the cutscenes. I mean, not all of them, but you know, like the end of the Ocelot fight, for example, the ninja fight, hopping off the missile in Hind D. Where he does a Matrix jump. Yeah, man. Or when he does a backflip to kick the PSG-1 sniper rifle up in the air, grab it, and just get an insta-snipe. And Snake kicking Rex, that too. Zoom. Man, that would suck so bad if that's what happened, or even worse, you left the furnace early and the car never changed to red in the first place. You've always held MGS1 as how it happened. Twin Snakes is Snake telling the story at a bar idea. I guess the way I would put it is, you know, MGS1 happened as was told in a novel, and Twin Snakes was the Hollywood version of what they felt like happened. Yep, and I guess that guard agrees with me.
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
All right, Miller, what do we say?
Thank yous.
Wait a minute. Saying thank you, smiling, that laughter. No! It's like, Snake, you got fiddled. I mean, I've done Extreme 80% before, but yeah, I'm trying to work my way back to that. You know, going from, you know, de-rusting a few days ago to Extreme, at least for me, is not a good idea.
Liquid!
Snake! Did you like my sunglasses?
Sarkozian? As in from Sarkozia?
Well, I guess that's our answer. And yes, I did like the sunglasses.
After Zanzibar, I was taken from the battle, neither truly alive nor truly dead.
It's no
An
good. I
undying
can't do it.
shadow in a world of light.
No, I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. It's no good. I can't do it.
Do it. Oh, okay, I gotta be really careful now.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Yep, definitely a future gold. Woo!
Sleeping late as usual. A snake.
Liquid, you're still alive.
I won't die as long as you still live.
Too bad. It looks like your revolution was a failure.
Just because you've destroyed Metal Gear doesn't mean I am done fighting.
Fighting? What are you really after?
A world where warriors like us are honored as we once were, as we should be.
That was Big Boss's fantasy.
It was his dying wish. When he was young, during the Cold War, the world needed men like us. We were valued then. We were desired. But things, are different now. With all the liars and hypocrites running the world, war isn't what it used to be. We're losing our place in a world that no longer needs us. A world that now spurns our very existence. You should know that as well as I do. After I launch this weapon and get our $1 billion, we'll be able to bring chaos and honor back to this world gone soft. Conflict will breed conflict. New hatreds will arise. Then, we'll steadily expand our sphere of influence.
But as long as there are people, there will always be war.
But the problem is balance. Father knew what type of a balance was best.
Is that the only reason?
Isn't it reason enough for warriors such as us?
I don't want that kind of world.
Ha! You lie! So why are you here then? Why do you continue to follow your orders while your superiors betray you? Why did you come here? Well, I'll tell you then. You enjoy all the killing. That's why.
What?
Are you denying it? Haven't
Nope.
you already killed most of my comrades?
That was...
I mean, to be fair, alright, I skipped a lot of disc 1.
When you did it.
So we never fought Sniper Wolf, Ninja,
Joy.
Ocelot,
You're
the
wrong.
Tank.
There's a killer inside you. You don't have to.
We didn't fight Mantis either.
We were created to be that way.
Created? But yes, we do enjoy all the killing. Meow. All right, Liquid, tell us the rules of the last fight.
If you win, you might still be able to save her. You could enjoy one brief moment of love before the end. If you cross this line, you'll fall. At this height, it will kill even you.
Well, I guess just me and only me.
Have at you, Snake!
Nice shot!
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Yep. That's how you do it. Sarkosia is just a bonus.
Hurry! I'll drive. Damn, a surveillance camera. Damn, no keys. All right, keys. I got it, Snake. Jump in. Snake, hold on!
Yeah, we were just borrowing them.
We'll never make it. Okay, Snake, let's go. We're not out of the woods yet.
Here they come!
We'll never make it. Snake, clear a path. You did it, Snake.
Not yet, Snake! It's not over yet!
Liquid!
Hey, just won't die. Oh, really? Because, yeah, you can make them swerve quite a bit.
Snake, daylight. We're gonna crash.
Sarkosian? As in from Sarkosia?
Man, it sounded like more than just one crash. Why... Why don't you let Meryl overdrive the guard you choke? Oh, like as an assist or something. I don't know. I mean, all that matters is, oh, right, keys. But I'm thinking even though I had to reset my splits because the file I was using got corrupted, I'm thinking this is probably a PB for hard difficulty, any percent, honestly. I want to say on my splits, it was like a 120 plus something. I'll actually have to look back at one of the VODs, because like I said, the live split file that had any percent hard Meryl ending, it wouldn't load. So that's why every split is like first split, because of that. Which is unfortunate, because then you can't really tell if it's a PB or not. Unless if you just memorized it. Which, unfortunately, we're gonna mute that. Don't you worry, we'll cover it with some tunage. Okay, it's a 1:19:24. I just looked it up on the last VOD where we ran the game, so that's the time to beat. 1:19:24. So I either beat it or it's gonna be close. You know, because I did lose time on Rex, but I did get Boba Skip first try, which should help. Even though I had to continue an armory. And even though I didn't get red RNG, I still took a while to find the key. Okay, I think we're good to go now. I know that tune was a banger, but I think we're all dying to hear the final conversation followed by the score screen.
Yes, sir. The entire unit was wiped out. Those two are still alive. The Vector? Yes, sir. Fox Die should become activated soon. Right on schedule. Yes, sir. I recovered all of Rex's dummy warhead data. No, sir. My cover is intact. Nobody knows who I really am. Yes, the DARPA chief knew my identity, but he's been disposed of. Yes, the inferior one was the winner after all. That's right. Until the very end, Liquid thought he was the inferior one. Yes, sir, I agree completely. It takes a well-balanced individual such as yourself to rule the world. No, sir. No one knows that you were the third one, Solidus. What should I do about the woman? Yes, sir. I'll keep her under surveillance. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay, and our final time is...
Impossible. I am invincible.
Well, besides what Cecil was trying to say, but it's a 1:15:47, and that is a PB by... I think it's like a little over 3.5 minutes. It was a 1:19:21 on the last VOD, because again, my splits got screwed up. But hey, I'll happily accept that run. I mean, yeah, just, you know, Rex got pretty crazy at the end, continuing the armory. Actually, the only continue was because of the armory. But hey, not bad.